we thought it's time to start actually doing something with our 250,000 mile GMC Savana that we bought last fall. Now, unfortunately, it's pretty much just been sitting right here since about late October, something like that, other than being started up about every month or so, just to keep the battery charged and get the fluids moving around, get it up to temperature, all that stuff. Really haven't done anything with it. It's just been sitting. So we thought we'd go ahead and just get her fired up and take it for a trip around the block, because the previous owner had slimed the front tires, both of them. And he said as long as he would drive it like every 3 to 4 weeks, they did a really good job holding air, but if you let it sit any longer than that, they go down. And since it's been sitting for several months, yeah, they were flat. So we went ahead and pumped them up with my cordless air pump, got them up to where they were at least somewhat round. And then I figure, well, let's get it started up, make sure it runs, make sure it starts easy. Hit the key and the battery was completely dead. It didn't even turn half a turn. Like, great. Hasn't been that long since I started it. So hook up the jump pack to it, hit the key, and boy, that thing fired right up. Maybe 2-3 turns at most, a lot quicker than I thought it would, and ran just smooth as silk. None of that stumbling or bumbling that we were seeing when we first bought it. It was like it was magically fixed. Taking throttle, no problem, and in the same basic temperature ranges as when we were having all the problems when we bought it. So I was like, wow, that's kind of weird. Oh well, let's go ahead and fill up all the tires to the right pressures, check a transmission fluid in it because, yeah, it leaks. Let it run the whole time, getting up to temperature, get the battery charged. Pull the dipstick, it's not even on the dipstick at all. So I'm like, I'm not gonna drive it like that because it's just gonna slip. So go back to the shop, look, this thing takes Dextron 6. All I had was Dextron 3. So I couldn't get to the store till the next morning to go get some. Topped it off and thought, let's go ahead and start it and we'll take our trip around the block. And actually we're gonna go down and see a friend of mine that's only a couple miles away. So I hopped into it, hit the key, and boy, that battery recovered really good. That thing cranked like you wouldn't believe. But that's all it would do. Crank. It would do nothing else. But it was a pretty wet morning that morning, and with my Astrovan I would get that once in a while, and then because the plug wires, cap and rotor were shot, and while this doesn't have a cap and rotor on it because no distributor, it still has wires on it. So maybe there's a lot of moisture in the wires and that's why it wouldn't start. So now it's been sunny for 2 days straight. Let's see what happens. All right. Well, it looks like we're gonna have to figure out where the pressure valve is on this thing. Test the fuel pressure and see if we get any when we turn the key. Because most of these newer stuff, you can't really turn the key and just listen to for the fuel pump so much anymore because they're a lot quieter than they used to be. But we aren't hearing anything at all. So yeah, likely kill the fuel pump in it. But we wanted to get this thing running, get it driving, start doing something with it, maybe use it a little bit, and start assessing what it's going to need to be able to reasonably, reliably drive it. And of course, one thing we're probably gonna have to do is wheels and tires, or at least tires. But looking at these wheels, I kind of hate to put new tires on these wheels. Now these tires are from about 2017, starting to show some dry rot, obviously losing air. So that means if we want to pull trailers with it, that's not ideal for us. And we have one wheel here that he'd actually replaced at some point. And when you look behind the chrome, it's even more rusty than all the rest of them. So I thought, yeah, maybe we can go find a set of wheels and tires used off Marketplace or something that are a lot newer tires on them in better condition or something like that. We don't know, we'll figure it out yet. Still gotta get a trailer hitch on it. And of course, figure out the running issue that we thought we had, that we thought was originally temperature related, but of course might now be fuel pump. Yay. So as I've said before on this channel, I am not quite so well versed in, say, 2004 and up stuff. I used to do a lot with the OBD1 and the early OBD2 stuff, but it's been years since I've really messed with any of that stuff, and haven't played much with the new stuff at all, because I've really been into the realm of the classic cars for the last 15, 20 years, and only doing, you know, basic maintenance, none of the electronic side of stuff. I kind of know the basics of how it all goes, but I don't have a scanner I can put on anything newer than 2004-ish range. So yeah, it hinders me a little bit, but you know, we'll get it figured out. Now, and as I said before, when I bought this thing, we only paid $350 for this thing. So what can we really expect, right? At the very minimum, no matter how many problems the van itself has, hey, we got ourselves a 6-liter for 350 bucks. Well, the mystery continues. I just took the air cleaner out, did a little bit of brake clean, started right up, and now it's just running.